Well, good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have Santa Rhino helping out for the rhino. The rhino's indisposed at the moment, but you have Santa here. You know, everybody wants to call me Santa. Anyway, we might as well lean right into it, right? So here, we're no longer in the North Pole. Santa now, resides outside of the North Pole. He's drinking a beer from Nova Scotia. Today's beer is from Annapolis Brewing Company, and it is Annapolis Acadian Honey Brown Ale. And this is 28 IBU and 5.7% alcohol by volume. Now, they say it's a mixture of a honey ale and a pale ale. I am not a honey brown ale fan. I'm not. I probably dislike honey browns more than I dislike pale ales, in that though I've had a lot more pale ales than I have had honey browns, I've found a lot more pale ales and IPAs and everything like that I enjoy more than honey browns I've found that I've enjoyed. So to an extent, I am a little worried about how this is going to go. However, the big question is, will the fine people at Annapolis Brewing Company go on the naughty list or stay on the nice? Because up until now, they've really been on the nice list. But this could change. Ooh, this could change everything. Okay, so first and foremost, that is a beautiful Auburn. Oh yeah, I really love the look of that beer. I dated a few girls with that colored hair at one point in my life, and it was always a nice color. Nice snap, crackle, pop. Mocha head. It is about a finger and a half. Santa gives you more than a finger and a half, don't you worry. Unless you're on the naughty list, and then he gives you a fist. Oh yeah. Okay. It is so nice. It looks very pretty. It really does. Scent from the can. And it smells so good. I'm so excited about this because, again, I haven't found a brown ale that I've liked. Oh, that smells divine. So, we have honey, we have biscuitiness, we have caramel, we have a little bit of roast, tiny touch of coffee, and a tiny touch of chocolate. It smells great. Cheers. Well, it smelled great. Now, it doesn't taste bad. Don't get me wrong. I know. With that, and my reiteration that it doesn't taste great, it doesn't taste bad. It's probably one of my favorite honey browns I've had. And that being said, there's not a lot of honey browns I really enjoy. I can't think of a honey brown I've given higher than maybe a 7.5. I'm sure there has been, because I've had so many honey beers. I'm sure there's been a honey beer I've given a higher mark, but I can't off the top of my head think of one. I'd have to go through the archives and look. And that just tells me that even if I gave it a higher mark, that it was something I didn't really care about. And on top of that, I can't think of many I gave over a 7. I can't think of a honey brown I would buy again off the top of my head. Ooh, maybe the honey elixir from Railway City from way back when. Maybe that one. But I can't think of many others. I mean, the PC Honey Brown, probably my least favorite PC beer. Sleeman Honey Brown, my least favorite Sleeman beer. Rickard's Honey Brown, my least favorite Rickard's beer. And yeah, I'm bringing up I'm bringing up macro beers, but they're the ones that pop into my mind first. I can't think of a lot of craft brews. I know I've had them, can't think of them. You know, Santa has to keep in mind who's been naughty and nice around the world. So sometimes, you know, it's hard to keep track of what beers I've had that I've liked and what beers I've had that I haven't without looking at my list. You know, I keep a list for the kids because I can forget things. I keep a list for the beers because I can forget things. The worst part is when you mix the two up. You don't want to mix up your beer list with your kids' list. Trust me, it's bad. So it smelled great. Again, it doesn't taste bad. It has a little bit of tartness to it. There is a honey sweetness that starts at the beginning and goes into that tartness. That tartness also comes out into a roastiness, a toastiness, a burnt coffee, and a mud pie English-esque finish. It's an intriguing... I love these wall panels. I'm glad the elves let me do it. It's an intriguing beer. I can't say that it's great, but I can say it's solid. And I mean, to an extent, that's all you're hoping for, isn't it? A solid drinking beer. This is a solid drinking beer. I cannot say many bad things about it. I can't. I mean, even if I wanted to, I couldn't. It is a solid beer. So out of 10 on this beer, I could see myself buy this again. But at the same time, Santa don't have a lot of expendable money. He gives out too many toys. And I got elves to pay, reindeer to feed, Mrs. Claus to keep pleased, ex-Mrs. Claus to keep pleased, Claus Juniors to clothe and everything. So would I pay my money for this again? I don't think I would. But would I ever have a problem drinking it? No. No. There's no way I would have a problem drinking that because it's not off-putting at all. It doesn't have off flavors. It doesn't have anything that I dislike in the flavor. It's just not a beer that I per se really enjoy, which is fine. It is. It keeps the people from Annapolis Brewing Company on the nice list, and it sets me up to say something such as this. Try their beer. They make some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful beer. You might love this one. I did not, but you might. That being said, I will give it the highest mark I can give it while saying I probably wouldn't buy it again. And I think that of all the honey browns I've had, it's probably still rated higher than a lot of the ones I've ever had. I think it is in the top 2 or 3. But that's just me trying to remember what I've rated things. I'm going to give it a 6.75 out of 10. Because though I wouldn't buy it again, I have no complaints about it. It's an easy drinking, 5.7% alcohol, honey brown ale. It's a great hybrid style. And it wasn't really my thing. And that's okay. I mean, everybody sometimes gets something they don't like. I mean, my first marriage was something I didn't like. So hey, whatever, right? Have a great night. Bye-bye. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, maybe I'll do the voice.